Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll show you a horror thriller film, It. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. The movie begins in October on a rainy day in a quiet suburban town. A boy rips a page off from his notebook and starts folding it up. He seems to be crafting a paper boat for his little brother. The older brother spreads golf wax all over the paper boat to make it float. His little brother is delighted with his new toy as he runs outside in his yellow raincoat and rain boots. The little brother excitedly places his paper boat on the surface runoff and watches it float away. He follows it on the stream of water that leads directly to an open drainage. The current being too strong due to the heavy raining lets the paper boat fall inside with the rest of the rainwater. He becomes devastated as he loses the new toy. Suddenly, a clown appears. The little brother is startled and a bit scared, but the clown entices him. Not long after, the little brother is about to leave when the clown offers the boat back. As the little brother reaches for it, the clown opens its mouth and bites the kid, ripping his arm off. Covered in his own pool of blood and rainwater, he struggles away from the drainage, but the clown extends its arm and reaches for him, dragging the innocent little kid into the drainage and gone forever. After several months, it is now June 1989. It's the last day of school, and all the kids are as happy as they can be. The big brother with his group of friends, a Jewish kid, an asthmatic kid, and a talkative kid nicknamed Big Mouth, call their group the Losers Club. They talk about the kids that have been missing in their town for some time. Meanwhile, in another part of the school, a curly-haired girl, nicknamed Girl Curly, meets Boy Fatty. They talk for a little bit, and she offers to sign his yearbook because no one else signed on it. Boy Fatty seems to be developing feelings for Girl Curly. Not long after, the big brother gets home and finds his dad in the garage. The big brother continues to be haunted by his little brother's disappearance. He calculates that his little brother's body may have washed up in the barrens. He shows his father their pet hamster's pipes, but the father is not pleased and gets mad at his son. Subsequently, a timid boy rides his bike to the town to deliver meat. He sees the bully and his gang and proceeds to hide the back alley. The back door by the alley suddenly opens, and the timid boy starts seeing people struggling to be free from the fire. The door swings open, and he sees the silhouette of the clown. Suddenly, the bully and his gang drive inside the alley, almost running over him. They threaten the timid boy. In a synagogue, the Jewish kid tries to practice reading from the Torah for his bar mitzvah. His father, who happens to be a Jewish priest, gets mad at him for not practicing. His father orders him to bring the Torah back to the office. Apparently, the Jewish kid is deadly afraid of this one painting of a lady hanging on the wall of the office, so he hesitates a little bit. Upon returning the Torah, the lady from the painting shows up and gives him a scare. Meanwhile, in the public library, Boy Fatty borrows a book because he has been investigating for some time. He comes to learn that there have been unexplained tragedies and child disappearances that have plagued their town for centuries. He looks at pictures from a book about the death of many children from an explosion that happened years ago. Afterward, he sees a red balloon floating towards an empty hall. Boy Fatty follows the red balloon and then sees Easter eggs that lead him straight to the basement. He sees a headless kid that chases after him. He tries to look back and sees that the clown is now chasing after him. He then bumps into the librarian. He turns around once more and sees the hallway empty, with no sign of any clowns. As he leaves the library, he gets caught by the bully and his gang. They bring him to the kissing bridge. The bully carves a letter H on Boy Fatty's greasy stomach. Boy Fatty manages to escape by pushing himself off the edge of the bridge. The bully loses the knife he has. Two of the bully's friends chase after Boy Fatty. He runs to the barrens, leading him to the Losers Club. Meanwhile, the big brother enters the sewers and finds a sneaker owned by one of the missing children. The big brother is set on finding his little brother when they meet Boy Fatty, who continues to run away from the bully's gang. One of the bully's friends, unfortunately, gets eaten by the clown upon entering the sewers to look for Boy Fatty. The losers bring Boy Fatty to the back alley. Big Mouth stays with him, while the big brother, the asthmatic kid, and the Jewish kid go to a convenience store to buy medical supplies. They come across Girl Curly, who is also there to buy a pack of tampons. They tell her that they need the supplies, but they don't have enough money. Girl Curly decides to help them by distracting the store owner, as she lets the boys basically shoplift the items. Girl Curly gets home to her father, who seems to be molesting her. She doesn't like being touched and caressed by her father, who causes her to run to the bathroom. There she starts cutting her beautiful long locks until her hair becomes really short. The next day, the Losers Club goes to the quarry. They are joined by Girl Curly, who jumps off the cliff into the river. The kids splash and play in the water. A few hours of child's play later, they talk about Boy Fatty's current investigation on the missing people. He invites them to his house and shows posters of the history of their town plastered on his bedroom walls. Afterward, the asthmatic kid walks home and stops in front of an abandoned and haunted house. He gets chased by a diseased and rotting leper. He runs to the backyard of the house as it chases after him. He then sees the clown who scares his shit off. Horrified, the asthmatic kid runs away. That same night, Girl Curly is inside her bathroom reading a poem written on the back of a postcard. She suddenly hears voices in the sink. Not long after, the sink spews blood, covering the walls of the bathroom and Girl Curly herself. She calls her dad for help, but the father does not see anything wrong. Meanwhile, the big brother wakes up from drops of water falling from his bedroom ceiling. He later goes to the basement, where he sees the frightened phantom of his little brother right next to the clown. He is horrified and runs back to his bedroom before being caught by the clown. The next day, Girl Curly calls for the losers and shows her the bathroom to confirm if she is going crazy. It appears that only children can see the blood. The boys help her clean up the bathroom. Afterward, they ride their bikes on the suburbs and find that the timid boy is being attacked by the bully and his gang. The losers save the timid boy, and they get into a rock war, throwing rocks at each other. The losers win, of course, and they gain a new friend as well. They all come to realize that they are all being stalked by the same entity, the clown. They are determined that the clown appears as their individual worst fears. They figure that the clown awakens every 27 years to feed on the children of their town before resuming hibernation. They also learn that the clown moves about by using the sewer lines, which all lead to an old stone, well hidden under an abandoned and haunted house. After being attacked in the big brother's garage, he is now more determined to face the clown in the abandoned house. He makes a really good speech to the losers, without even stuttering once. Inside the house, the big brother and other two kids go in, while the rest of them stay to look out. They hear the voice of a girl on the second floor. The three boys go up the second floor, only to find the missing girl being dragged away. The big brother and Big Mouth are separated from the asthmatic kid, who falls off a hole and lands on the first floor. He gets a broken arm in the process. The three meet up once again and are attacked by the clown. Then Girl Curly enters the room and saves the day. She impales an iron rod on the clown's head and forces it to retreat. The group flees the house as the asthmatic kid is picked up by his mother. The group of friends gets into a fight, hurting each other physically and emotionally. They all end up going about their own lives. Months pass, and it is now August. Everyone is doing their own thing. The bully is outside playing with his dad's gun. They use old bottles of whiskey for target practice. When the bully sees a cat and wants to shoot it, his dad, who happens to be a cop, stops him in the nick of time. Not long after, the bully receives mail that is attached to a red balloon. It turns out to be the knife that he lost months ago. The bully goes back home to find his father napping on the couch. He gets this feeling of wanting to kill his father and finds the people on TV urging him to do it. The bully doesn't seem to fight the urge and stabs his napping dad with the knife, killing him. He looks at the television and sees the clown urging him to continue killing. Subsequently, Girl Curly packs her bag and tries to sneak out. Unfortunately, the main door is locked. Her father tries to attack her, but she fights back. She runs to her bathroom and locks herself in. Her father forces himself in the bathroom and gets knocked out with a toilet rim. Girl Curly watches blood ooze out of her father's head. Upon turning around, she sees the clown and takes her away. The big brother goes over to Girl Curly's house. He finds her bleeding dad on the bathroom floor and a message in her bedroom, which appears to be written in blood. He runs to the arcade and finds Big Mouth. He tells him that their friend is taken. They call the rest of the losers back to retaliate. They all ride their bikes to the abandoned and haunted house. However, the bully is also there, waiting for them. They go inside the basement to find the stone well. They get in using a pulley with the help of the timid boy. The rest of the boys are able to go down the well, except him, when suddenly, the bully attacks him. They brawl for a little bit, and then the timid boy attacks the bully and pushes him to fall off the well. Meanwhile, Girl Curly wakes up from blood dripping on her face. She sees the bodies of the missing kids floating midair. As she tries to run away, the clown catches her, and it opens its mouth, revealing a glowing thing inside, the deadlights. Girl Curly becomes catatonic and begins to float midair. She later regains consciousness after Boy Fatty gives her a greasy kiss. The big brother encounters his little brother, but recognizes that he is the clown in disguise. The clown takes the big brother hostage and offers to spare the others and goes into hibernation if they let the clown feed on the big brother. The losers reject this offer and battle with the clown. They all overcome their various fears and eventually defeat the clown. The clown retreats deeper into the sewers as the big brother declares that it will starve during its hibernation. Afterward, the big brother finds what's left in his little brother's yellow raincoat. He finally comes to terms with his little brother's death as his friends comfort him. In September, the losers all gather in a field. Girl Curly tells the group of a vision she has had while catatonic. She tells them that she saw them fighting the clown again as adults. They make a blood pact and swear that if the clown ever returns, they all will return as well. The movie ends after the others make their goodbyes and disperse. The big brother and Girl Curly discuss her leaving the next day to live with her aunt in Portland. Before she leaves, he reveals his feelings and they kiss. What all these kids don't know is that this is only the beginning. They will come to meet the clown again. It will happen 27 years later, the return of the hungry and vengeful. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.